Life, new way of life. TV and talk radio is where to go. Best thing going is our TV show. Big Rich, Crystal Love, Viera and Dr. Renee. We had the information, we give it away. Every week we bring the truth in the TV and radio booth. New way of life. TV, new way of life. TV, feel powered by the lip. TV network.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your man Big Rich. We about to go live on Facebook. Y'all won't see this because this will be edited out. But what's going on? Got my man David B here. Got Crystal Love. We on YouTube. For those y'all tuning in our YouTube page. We also on TikTok. Crystal's on her TikTok. What's your TikTok page, Crystal?
Crystal Block.
Crystal Block. We're on Big Rich page, TikTok, and we're on Facebook on Richard Browder's page, ULI TV and Talk Radio. So we got a hot show tonight. We'll get this recovery in. Are you friend with the NA service person? Yeah. Well, you just friend me.
Rich. Why do they?
Mm-hmm. Okay. There we go.
Yeah. We'll go with serenity prayer. God,
grant me serenity
to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
You ready? Yeah. Hold up, Chan. Take that to the other, one with the tree.
Okay.
Yeah, every damn system on a different thumbnail. Like, make one up, it needs one, then I go on radio, they need one, then nobody's need one. What I say? So I'm gonna just change the myself. And I had to pay for that. That cost. Oh!
Thank you, Linda. Me and Linda was chit-chatting earlier. I was on live doing makeup. Get ready with me. Yeah, to get ready with me. We were chatting earlier.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Showtime.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Big Rich, New Way of Life Talk Radio, hosted by me, yours truly, Big Rich. Say, we're on Fishbowl Radio Network. We're coming to you every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Say, y'all heard that old saying, if you keep doing what you always done, you're going to keep getting what you always get. Well, keep listening to that old stuff. We have a very informative show. We're bringing on very challenging subjects that are dear to myself and guests on the show. The New Way of Life is here to inspire, uplift, and empower. We want to cause a change in your thinking, your attitude, your beliefs, and your values. That's what we're doing here on Fishbowl Radio Network every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. New Way of Life Talk Radio, powered by Fishbowl Radio Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Jump in.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This your man, Big Rich, and we are back with you again this week with another hot show. Got a great panel tonight. Let everybody introduce themselves.
Well, hello. Hey, everybody. I'm Crystal Love.
Hi, I'm David Bill.
All right, that's my main man, David B. Save. One of the people that's guys that's in the program with us, an experienced member to me and Crystal, and we're gonna talk about some recovery. We're starting every month. We're gonna try to do 2 shows, recovery, and we've got some other stuff coming on where we get these shows. I'll be making some announcements about that. Get these shows out a lot quicker, but we're gonna get into it, and y'all know how I always start. We do not endorse or oppose any particular method of recovery or spiritual path. We simply share the programs and principles that have changed our lives. We're not here to debate, judge, or claim to have all the answers. We're not against church, religion, or anyone's personal beliefs. Our purpose is simple: to share our strength, our experience, and our hope so others can find encouragement, growth, and a new way of life. All right, and we're gonna start with this, the disease of addiction. I'm gonna start with the disease of addiction. What does that mean to each of us as individuals? And the other part of that, when we run into people who may not be in the fellowship, who have loved ones that they care about, right? How do we explain it when all they see is the using addict on the street?
Right.
So how do we do that? What is disease of addiction? We want to explain it to somebody.
Well, the disease of addiction is too broad to put it in one sentence.
Right.
And and what we do know, that 2 things that makes up addiction is obsession and compulsion. Right. So the 2 things that makes that up, that obsession, right? That this thought, it's a thought, right? That thought, because I can remember going through life, things was all right, and then the obsession kick in. The obsession when I tell myself, in spite of what I tell myself, whatever you're doing, I'm not gonna do this no more.
Right.
And when I get my check, my stomach will turn.
Yeah.
And our spirit is powerless.
Yeah.
It's powerless in doing something you really don't want to do.
Right.
I don't want. And then once you put that burden in your body, the compulsion kick in, and you tell yourself the old lie, because we all got that same lie.
Yeah.
That I ain't gonna spend for $20. We spend all our money just to keep out the money.
Right.
Because our story of addiction, our story was basically the same.
Right.
It was real good at the beginning, real bad at the end.
True.
We was tricked, right? Addiction is such a cunning enemy of life. It was cunning. Have you ever seen the 3-card Molly?
Yeah.
It's cunning, right? And it'll let you win, right? And you turn over the red card, you win. You turn it over again, then you put all your money, then the card is black.
Right.
It's such a cunning enemy of life that we have lost the power of doing anything about it, right?
Right.
So I tell everybody, all our story is based the same, right? And one thing I do know for sure, and 2 things for certain, that how the addiction works, right? And it's tricky, it's scheming, right? Because it'll let you go home Monday. In the beginning, it was fun.
Yeah.
Then become a habit.
Right.
Then it was necessary.
Right.
It lets you use frequently.
Yeah.
It'll let you go home, and then one day it'll turn on you.
Right.
So you ain't going home now, buddy.
Right.
You ain't going home now, but and that's how addiction kind of do its stuff, right? And far as the family member, the literature talks about when the addict don't want to stop using, they're not going to stop.
Right.
You can pray over,
Right.
counsel them, you can beat them,
Right.
you can lock them up,
Right.
you can threaten them. They're not going to stop until they want
Right.
to stop.
Right.
The book said a nuclear explosion has to take place.
Right.
For most of us, we just ain't put this thing down and say, I guess I'll stop.
Yeah.
That's not how addiction works.
No.
And it's so tricky,
Right.
and it's scary, and
Right.
it's scandalous, right? And we hurt the one that we love.
Right.
We hurt the one that's closest to us. Them the one that's scared.
Right.
And I remember, y'all, I was having $33 in my pocket, and my kids said, "Daddy, we hungry," and I had to make a decision to feed my kids a you, and I used anyway.
Yeah.
I see how scandalous, how insidious it is, And the book said it'll humiliate us in 1,000 different ways. That's why when we make it back to this program, it's a lot of trauma that took place. I call it trauma.
Right.
Cause we went through some stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I call it trauma too.
Yeah, having doing stuff against all. You know, book talks about strange habits and
Yeah.
mannerisms.
Right.
Right. You know, like looking over.
Yeah.
Like some strange habits and mannerisms. Meaning have us doing stuff that we really don't want to do.
Right.
Wouldn't normally be.
Right.
We normally won't be doing. And our disease is trick us into trusting it. And when you run out of dope and money at the same time,
Oh yeah.
the shame, guilt, and remorse they come in.
Right.
That's how addiction works, right? Because it wants us dead, but it'll sell us for us use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's humiliating.
True.
Right.
True.
By the time we made it to this fellowship, man, you know, it's a lot of undealt with issues need to be
Yeah,
taking
right,
place,
right.
man. When I got here, when I made it to this camp, all I said, you know, I couldn't stop going to the penitentiary. I couldn't stop doing dope. And I remember that last day I was smoking like an old stove and I'm shooting up like a mad rush and I'm drinking like a dry well. And tears are meeting at the bottom of my chin.
Yeah.
And I remember getting up to my knees. That day I was so low. I didn't get down to my knees. I got up to my knees.
Right.
And I said, God, I want you to help me. And that tear was meeting at the bottom of my chin. We was in West Dallas. I stand forward up the south side. And we was in West Dallas. And it's funny y'all mentioned Sadie. We was in West Dallas.
Good.
She'll tell me, and I got up to my knee. And they say, Slim, man, come on, let's go. I couldn't hustle no more.
Right.
I didn't have nothing else in me.
Right.
And I remember, man, I'm talking about through sheer desperation.
Mm-hmm.
See, the text said when we do sheer desperation, we find help from each other and not causing none.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be desperate as hell to come out of
Right,
nothing.
right.
That's desperation moment. And that's when I first got here, I had through treatment, and I had to get my paper signed, and they talking about taking some steps, and I said, them steps not gonna help me. None of them dope fiends like me.
Yeah.
Man, they beat me up, they locked me up, they shot me up, they put oil on me, they baptized me. Listen,
Right.
I picked up the Quran, I prayed to the east. Everything I tried failed.
Yeah.
I felt like a lost cause.
Right.
I
Right.
felt like a lost cause.
Right.
And I remember getting up off my knees, and I went to this place called New Beginning. And Miss Lady had this house.
Yeah.
And I remember Mr. Richard, I had no money. And I remember walking there, y'all.
Yeah.
I was desperate and dying that day. I was just jumping out point. And I said, God, I want you to help me.
Right. Right.
Because I believe, I've been to church. I was raised in church. I don't know what happened in my life.
Yeah.
I know what happened. Disease of addiction happened.
Yeah.
And I remember asking God to help me, and I made it to y'all, to people like y'all in places like this. Because y'all had something I wanted. Y'all had a gleam in y'all eyes and a glide in y'all stride, and y'all had a pep in y'all step. Because I know it was a process, it wasn't an event. Because the full fruit of the labor of love lives in the harvest. And it always comes in its right season.
Right.
See, every tub sits on his own bottom, and every flower blooms in his own season. I mean, I don't see it till I see it, and I don't hear it till I hear it, and I don't come to believe it till I come to believe it. The text says that I will recover from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body.
Yeah.
And when I say seemingly, it's when the situation looks one way, but it's really another. It's a tricky disease.
Right.
Before we talking about disease, what it meant to me, it's a trick.
Right.
It look one way, but it's really another.
And Crystal, you talk about Trump and the things we, let's just say, medicine, psychiatry, religion wasn't sufficient. They said it didn't work. Just for us at the time was so now we're clean, going on our lives. What else? Do you use anything else with the program? I mean, I know I know.
Yes. So, has my disease been active lately? In other words, yes, it has. You know what I'm saying? I have a nicotine patch on right now. You know what I'm saying? I find myself feeling and acting like a dope fiend behind nicotine. I had to check myself, and you know what I'm saying? I had to check myself and ask for some help in that area from my high power and some other trusted members who have been through the same thing that I'm trying to get through. Because anything I find that I'm going through, all I got to do is open up my mouth and ask for help. Just like David said, asking for help can be hard, especially when you're asking another dope fiend. Because, you know, my mind tells me, shit, dope fiend like me. Shit, dope fiend like me. How can they help me? That dope fiend like me. But, you know, I find the greatest power in helping and asking another addict for some help. You know, so now I have me a accountability partner, 2 or 3 of them, that I call and say, man, I feel like vaping today. man, I feel like going to go black and out. The same way I did with the drugs when I wanted to quit the drugs. My first 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, I wanted to quit the drugs. I called my sponsor behind everything. The grass outside I smell like some weed. I want to go smoke. They cut the grass outside. The fresh smell make me want to go smoke. You know, everything I caught to a point in the first 90 days. And so I do the same thing now with the nicotine because I want to quit. And I find quitting to be hard. Now I can put step 1, step 2, and step 3 on it, like I'm supposed to. And I prayed and reached out to my higher power and asked him to take the wheel. You know how we do. When we ask him to take the wheel, what we do?
You don't take it back.
We want to bar it back. We want to drive a little bit, right? So I've been struggling. But for the past week, this be my second week that I ain't touched nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing I must do is stop. Right. I can't stop and still do it every now and again, then pull the patch off and baby, then stop. No. In order to get clean from it, I'm powerless over nicotine. It's the same, I'm powerless. But I believe I can be restored. It's the same thing that I use to get off the dope that I'm using to get off of the nicotine today.
Right. And it's funny you said that because I think about, I'm at pushing 120 days, no cigarette. Okay. And when my first 10, 12 days, I would tell the sponsor, and I was like, yeah, I got a patch on. And the first thing out of his mouth was, well, you ain't using no patch, quit smoking dope.
Right.
That's the first thing out of his mouth. It's just the same principle. Same principle. And I said, man, I think I need it. Oh, like you need a treatment, like you need to be out on them streets, like you need to be going to the dope. He said, this is the same thing. And just talking to him and process what sponsors for, I took the patch off. Right. So, and he never asked me again. I was about 35 days. And he said, you do smoke? I said, yeah, man, I'm about 35 days. He said, you say I ain't asked you about that. He said, so you know what that means, right? I said, no, what it means? He said, well, if you smoke a cigarette, you just made a conscious decision to go smoke one. He said, it's done with now. You done made 35 days. Right. You done. Right. But in my head, I still said, man, I want a cigarette. I justify it, man, I'm a grown man. I smoke me a cigarette. You know, if I want a cigarette, I ain't got to explain that to nobody. Forget sponsor. This shit ain't talking about nothing. I want a cigarette. And then, just like Chris said, I pick up the phone and call somebody. So that feeling goes away.
It will.
And I know, I say this all the time. I think them two of the most important questions when we start with the first two questions. What them folks knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
What does disease of addiction mean to me, and how it's been acting? I think though, if you can't, I always say, if you can't answer them first two, you're out of there. You're out of there. And so I'm just, as we go through this program, and I say this because I know you in this program. I heard you share. I've seen you around since I've been here, and that don't make us perfect. We say that don't make us perfect, and we don't do the pedal stuff. And I always say, and this is a Ricky D thing. I always say, yeah, people say pedal stuff, but I think we forget about somebody who's esteemed. People who do esteemable things. Just like in the outside, you know, this is an esteem. He does esteemable things, and I think that's when the dogma comes in. You know, no, this just a guy who's living the program. So when you see stuff, let's say that maybe don't jive with maybe how you got it and your journey, and you're like, man, what are we doing in the program now? Right? How do you take that?
I take it that, you know, we talks about, and the tradition talks about NA as such. And as such mean how it is right now.
Right.
You know, because I do believe, and I really do believe that the fellowship, you know, like when I see stuff going on, or I guess that I don't agree with, right? Right. That I don't agree with. It's like my sponsor told me this, right? That I can't be so self-righteous.
Right.
You know, keep an open mind.
Right.
You know, and when people, you know, is acting a way, right? Because I ask myself these 4 questions when I see somebody acting the way that I think they shouldn't be acting.
Right.
David, have you done it?
Right.
Are you doing it now?
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing it?
Uh-huh.
Are you capable of doing it?
Wow.
If I can answer to yes
Yeah.
to any one of
One
them
of them,
questions, I
yeah.
can let them off the hook.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So, and then the fellowship, because they change, because in it's tournaments, you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I learned, I know for me, when I act out in certain ways, you know, I'm trying to fill a void or block a feeling,
Right.
you know, to what's really going on inside of me.
Right.
You
Right.
know, because it's always going back to me, you know, because once I keep the focus on me, I can kind of let y'all make
That's
it.
right.
And it's all about my spiritual condition.
Yeah.
See, because when I'm prayed up and I'm on and I'm doing good and I'm prayed up and I'm into some acceptance, y'all can turn cartwheels off that ceiling.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care. But when I'm in a bad place, why is she sharing like that?
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
that. You ought not say that.
Yeah.
Ricky D, you ought not say that. When I'm in a good place, say what you want to say, do what you want to do.
Yeah, yeah. I
Hey,
can let you make it so I can make it.
Yeah.
hey, y'all,
Oh,
we're
that's
going to take
right.
a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, he called me son. Somebody knew me. And she pushed me. And then talked to me on Friday. He said, I'm coming back. I said, yeah. He said,
Hello, I'm Shonda Amy, the CEO founder of Restorative Fitness, a certified personal trainer, certified life coach, transformational speaker, author ×2, and R2F Fitness Activewear Boutique.
say a thing.
No, one
Like
thing.
motivation, emotional eating, nutritional tips,
I get that. I curl. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I don't care what y'all saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
It don't matter.
Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Boy, look here. Yeah, cause
If I do the work,
you're gonna do
the results will come.
two different kinds, like Chris gonna be
If I do the work,
females and sisters
the
first,
results will come.
and men's family. And men's family is kind of twofold, which is me and them, the old people, you know, my brother, late 60s, 70s, you know, cause being a pro 20, 30 years, you know, got 20, 30 years old. yeah,
We go old, man.
you know what I'm saying? So that's coming.
So we're hesitant on that. It seems like men are more open-minded. Most women I ask, they're like, oh, well,
But their commercial's not working.
Yo, come on.
All right, here we go. 3, 2.
Hey, y'all, welcome back, welcome in. Here's our host, Big Rich.
All right. Say I want to talk about I was gonna talk about faith. And I remember telling the sponsor, man, I don't like so and so. I don't like so and so. He said, well, Rich, he might not like you. I ain't do nothing to him. I ain't do nothing to him. And he pointed out something. He said, Rich, he got assets and liabilities, just like you got assets and liabilities. And that's what we talk about, seeing our similarities.
Okay.
So when we in the room, in fact, just in regular life, and my defects, you know, because they glaring.
Right.
When I'm frustrated, aggravated, all that.
Right.
My defects, they gonna come out. They coming out in groups.
Right.
They ain't just gonna be one. It's gonna be 3, 4 of them.
Okay.
So, what do when we say the program is a fundamental part of for you? What do you do to get out of self?
To get out of self, you know, the text said when we lose self-obsession, we know what it means to be happy, joyous, and free,
Mhm.
right? And we're talking about a fundamental transformation,
Right.
right? And that's why I love step 2, right?
Right.
Because step 2, because it get like spooky around here,
Mhm.
right? Because it don't make sense. Because in step 2 it said who can logically explain the sudden level of the obsession to you, right? Who can logically explain that, right? We can't really explain stuff like this happening, right? And what happened was how my faith would come, because that's why I love step 2, because it's the spiritual principle of hope. Because I remember being hopeless, useless, and lost, coming from a hopeless dope fiend to a dopeless hope fiend, right? So I had to get some hope before I can even think about faith, right? Right, and I know, and y'all was sitting there, but I'm gonna jump back to this. Y'all were talking about not smoking, right? And it's a huge difference between surrender and resignation, right? And I remember, because I'm still smoking, right? Right, and I call myself chipping, right? And I would apologize myself, because now I don't buy a pack, I just buy some singles.
That's better.
Buy some singles, right? You know, and then I return back to the single, right? Because I'm praying you, and I'm sitting by y'all, right? Because I deep down, when you know something's wrong, the doctor already told me they stop smoking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen what happened with people, and I'm cringing, and I'm congratulations. You know, and congratulations, and I'm cringing, and that's just God just put me here to show me, David.
Wow, yeah.
David, you can do it too. That was one of my that's one of my deepest things. I stopped doing a whole bunch of things. But this thing right there, because it's free. And then, and I'm gonna throw this in. Anytime that something is free, you become the product. It was free, right? Because it was simple. It ain't, I want to steal. I ain't going back no penitentiary for it. It ain't against the law. I ain't got to hide. You're right. And what I need to do is put the program on. You know, and that's where my faith, you know, coming back to faith. And I really believe that faith, you know, is a something about faith, right? Because it's like a belief system. Right. I do what I believe, and I believe what I do. Right. You know, like I said, I used to believe if a black cat crossed my trail, I have bad luck. You know, if you cross if somebody crossed the pole, you have bad luck. Don't walk on the ladder. Please don't break no mirror. That's 70. And if somebody sweep you with a broom,
my feet.
If you don't spin on a broom, you go to jail. And I remember one day, my dear, she was sweeping, and she swept me with the broom. And I said, my dear, let me spit on that broom, because now I go to jail. And she looked up at me, she said, Peanut, if you stop stealing, you'll stop going to jail. My belief system really had to change. Because them old things that I was doing, them old sick belief system, man, hit me slick and cool. So man, it kept me doing stuff that I really didn't want to do. And after I made it to y'all, man, I made it here, and y'all told me some things, man, about ain't no luck. That's my belief now. I used to believe it was just luck, you know, it ain't by chance. I was sitting here and 3 or 4 people got shot and killed, and I got shot, but I didn't die. And I used to say I was lucky.
Now divine intervention. Yes. And see, I quit smoking cigarettes over, I think it was Long Star weekend. But I just got a week off of it now, because I've been chipping. You know what I'm saying? I've been chipping. I pull it off, I put it back on. Just like the drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Because I used to say, it's funny y'all said, because I say I stopped. I ain't never really stopped. I ain't never really stopped. I smoke cigarette.
And you mentioned step 2, second step.
Right.
You know, when I get to looking at my belief system, you know, then I'm saying, well, I got a unhealthy or untrue belief system, because I'm putting something in my body, just like the dope, that I know it's not good for me. I'm still powerless over there, right? And I'm saying, telling myself, but my belief system, I still hold out on the belief system, because I still think it's a benefit from it. It's still a benefit from smoking. You know, still a benefit.
Regardless of the evidence.
From
regardless of the evidence.
It's still a benefit from sneaking off to the scene. It's still a benefit. That's why I do it. And then, like I said, the second step to me, well, you might get by, but you ain't got away. You ain't get away with nothing. So when it's time, pay the piper. And normally we paying for it in skin off our, off our behind, locked away, you know what I'm saying, when it catches up with people like us, because, as a member, I always say, no man has a pretty story, and ain't none of our stories pretty, and I'm grateful for the fellowship, because we got somewhere to come, where we can say the stuff that we went through and did, and what was done, we ain't on too much no worries. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at our belief system, and I know not all of them, because I know them. The unhealthy, and when I sit down and go back over this step, so man, I still got some unhealthy and untrue beliefs. What do I do about it?
You know, sometimes I can use this failure. I use the disease as an alibi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, say, sometimes I can use my disease or where I'm at in my recovery as an alibi for bad behavior.
Right.
And you know what an alibi is. You know, when the law asks you whether you have an alibi, where you do
Yeah.
and then I add in bed. Then I add in the bed disease. That's against the law too, right? So I have all this going on. I'm committing these crimes, I'm adding in the bed, and I'm committing the law, right? Right. And that's the thing about it, because what should we do, right? You know, and then it goes back to an unhealthy belief system, right? And I still believe this, that in anything or addict don't stop, they got to be stopped.
Stop.
Till we hit the bottom. Till we hit the bottom in certain areas in my life. That some guys
Several bottoms.
You know, I used to have your disease been active recently? Right? Have it, and then it said, how have it been active recently? That's hard. See, one thing about having my disease been active recently, yes, I always been active. But then how has it been active? What is it doing, David? What is it doing? Because it'll check in with you. Because our disease express itself. See, that's what we talk about addiction and disease. It's a it.
Yeah.
And it express itself in ways that are antisocial. That trick us into trusting it. I'm gonna tell a story before I remember. My disease tricked me into waking everybody in the house. Look, I come home one day, they drunk up the Kool-Aid. And they left this much in the pitcher. And I said, who drunk up this Kool-Aid? And don't nobody know who drunk up the Kool-Aid. See, every now and then I can practice spiritual principle. I went and made some more Kool-Aid. I said, don't y'all drink up no more, this Kool-Aid up no more. So I come back home, 2 or 3 nights later, they drunk up the Kool-Aid again. And I was finna go make some more, and my disease said, Dave, I said, disease, man, I'm getting a tray. He said, man, nah, listen to me. I got a right to express myself. I said, what is it? He said, they think you weak. I said, huh? I said, well, get my attention, get me. He said, well, they don't believe in you. They don't trust you, man. They think you weak. You need to go straighten that out. So I go wake everybody in the house up. My wife up, the kids, grandkids, everybody come to the living room. We're gonna have group conscience. And I remember waking them up, and they said, what is it? And my grandson said, Papa, what is it? I said, now you come on, bring everybody come to the living room. And I said, who drunk up this Kool-Aid? And my wife said, I know you ain't woke us up. Them kids got to go to school. I got to go to work. I know you ain't woke us up by no Kool-Aid. And she said, if you want some more Kool-Aid, make some more. And she went and slammed the door. And I sit in that living room, man. Made a fool out of myself standing up and resisting virtue. Right. And that same voice that told me to go wake them up. And then it said, David, why you do that? I said, you told me to do that. He said, I tell you to do all that. Man, then I sit down. I'm talking about hostile, resentful, self-centered. I cut myself out and I sit down there and you talking about a cigarette. I need to smoke. When I was on the poison, I smoked a cigarette because I'm trying to change the way I feel, right? And that didn't work. So I go in the house. I go in the house and I'm going to have some second out church. She said, man, I got to go to work. I ain't waking us up and them kids, emotional blackmail. Paying all these bills around. She said, come on, then let's do it. And I said, no, I don't want to now. Don't make like you doing me no favor. Right. Right. And what I'm trying to find out when I behave like that, I'm trying to block a feeling to fill a void. Because these are undealt with issues that I have as a child, right? That trauma that I went through, right? Because I used to pee in the bed and they used to laugh at me. Like, we stayed in the country and they used to call me pee-pee boy, right? And they laughed at me. I could have used a drink way back then. That's I have a part in what's going on in my life, right? To this day. And I feel the way, right? And I still feel the way, right? I was at Walmart and this little boy walked up to me. I seen him over there playing. And one of them said, I see him talking about my arm, right? I'm watching. I'm over there stealing bread. I ain't stealing. I'm eating these bread. And I said, watch him come. And he said, what happened to your arm? That little boy, right? I said, where your mom at? Y'all just watch the kid, but the point I'm trying to make it, it ain't about that little baby. It ain't about that little baby. That was really about about me. And I remember calling my sponsor. I said, say, man, I told him what I did. He said, well, Jack, let's go back to the drawing board because you're really not all right with what you think you're all right. Because when I think I'm all right, when I think I'm in control, that's when I'm really out of control. Because control is a hidden symptom of the disease of addiction. I like to control and manipulate and manage other people's life. Now I'm out of control. I'm bad. I'm mean to this little baby. I'm waking everybody in the house. Right. And I'm coming to the meeting and I'm sharing.
Like Shakespeare.
Like Shakespeare been telling y'all, God, show me
Good.
I love it.
And when you say that, I think about that when I first got my rims on the truck. I'm going to work. I'm going to work in the house 3 o'clock. I'm going to work. I get to the door and you gonna leave out without that thing on you? Just put the rims on there. Yeah. I done turned around, walked back to the room. Yeah, I can't. Right. Somebody might be tripping.
Somebody might.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in Oak Cliff, and that man, the city is dangerous. And I don't even realize. I'm thinking, man, that's the disease. I had to call sponsor. Say, man, I'm under the bed. Man, I need it. I don't need that one. I need this one.
Right. So I'm talking
about. Bridget, you're a 4-time loser.
No, you don't need to be riding.
Why you gonna put that?
No, you don't need to be riding.
And man, you got something to lose today. You got something. So you think about when that, like you talking about, you don't fight. You saying I don't put my hand up here. I got something to lose today. When them thoughts, I'm talking about, cause we be locked and loaded. I be locked and loaded.
Fixed idea.
I be like, say I was locked and loaded. The school across the street, little boy jumped on my truck. I done jumped out of the truck. And I had to catch. I said, well, this is a little boy. So I done calmed down. The teacher, they having a fight. I don't understand why they had a fight with the kids in middle street. I don't understand that. But teacher, oh man, I'm sorry. So I'm getting back in the truck. Little boy say, I take your truck. Say, I turn right back around. And I'm on the phone with my sponsor time we talking. And he's like, what's I said, I'm gonna kick this little boy.
Fight the baby too.
Dude, say,
fighting the baby.
And that's how that disease, right? But I think, that's just me. Yeah, you don't disrespect Big Rich. Right? And my truck parked in front of my house. You gonna tell me you gonna take my truck? I don't care if you're in the 7th grade. Right. You can get it. So, Chris, when that disease get at the job, in the house, hell, at the group. How you have?
I failed miserably many times, you know.
I'm gonna put that. Tell the story about people speaking to your husband, women speaking.
That's what I was just thinking about. So there was a time I went to reach out because I'm a hugger. You see, I greeted you. I'm a hugger. So I went to hug somebody, and they walked away, and then went and hugged my at the time boyfriend. So my antennas went all the way up. I said, So, you know, I'm trying. I think I'm doing it the right way. I want to make a scene. I want to interrupt and disrupt the group. So I tap on the shoulder and I say, you know, that's how we right there. Yeah. Come outside and say, what's going on? Blase, I saw you hug you. I went to hug you. You snatched away from me, but then you go and hug my man. She said, and who your man is? When I told her who my man was, she would say, not that, sent me to the roof, and then walked away and went back in and said, is this your girlfriend? Like I got a lot. So now I feel real embarrassed. I feel like you just punked me. I pulled you outside to have a private conversation with you, and you punked me outside. You left me standing there. You came back in the room and suggested that I was lying. And so now I got to call you out your name. And so we was back and forth throwing the B word to each other. And my, at the time, boyfriend, he tapped me on my bed. You embarrassing me. And I don't give a and I would not stop. No, the people in the group had said, y'all stop that. And I finally heard it because I had just snapped. Normally I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I felt weak, and I felt she punked me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it. You know, I wanted to stand outside and finish it, not bring it back inside. So, you know, the disease won that day. The disease won that day. But on the job, it's easy not to. I'm going to tell you why. I've learned how to professionally, finally, because I ain't been in HR. So I've learned how to professionally send emails, right? That get my point across without me ending up in HR. I've learned how to professionally tell you, no, I disagree with that. But we have a thing at work called disagree but commit. So I can disagree with you, but I still got to commit to do it, right? But I can let you know that I think this is not a smart move, and this here is going to have some backlash, and we're going to double work ourselves, right? I can tell you that, but you're the boss of me, so I'm gonna do it, and I won't get in trouble. Okay. So I've learned how to do that at work, right? I've learned how to stay on the job through the fellowship. I've learned how to be employable because I never was employable. I never was employable. I couldn't stay on the job a day, let alone a month. And I've been on this job 6 years, and it's the longest job I've ever been on. So I've learned how to be employable. Finally, I've learned how to be employable. But so it's been plenty of times that I failed miserably. Just like right now, in my relationship, I'm trying to watch my actions, reactions, and my motives behind all of that, because I don't want to cause harm and cause a harm with my mouth, with my words. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cause harm in my relationship or to nobody else, because before I know it, it flies out my mouth. I don't even think twice before it flies out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like just now, I just said shit. We really don't be cussing on TV. You know what I'm saying? and so, I really been trying to just slow my thoughts down. If I could give myself 5 seconds before I respond, I'm probably gonna respond in a better way. My sponsor tells me to sleep on it. She always tells me to pray about it, write about it, then sleep on it. And if you still feel that same way, call me and let me know. But don't make no irrational decisions on an emotional state of mind.
Okay.
She tells me that all the time. That's what I'm working on. Because I crash out. I crash out.
Before we go to break, and I told you I want you to tell this story. Tell the story about going to Sharon, West Texas.
Oh Lord!
And it's funny that she said this, right? Because these undeal with this, the insecurities that I have, right? Right, these undeal with this, right? And I'm on Facebook. Facebook is dangerous, right? Yeah. So I'm on Facebook, and I be stalking on my white page. And, she don't know I'm stalking, but I be looking at the page. But it's a cat. It's a dude on the page. He always hit like. Yeah. And have something to say, like beautiful or something, right? And she'll say, thank you, right? So I scroll and see what he's about, right? So, I'm checking him out, right? He got more degrees than the thermometer, right? I got a GED, right? So my self-esteem is real low at this time, right? So I'm scrolling up to Z. He said, send him a friend request. I said, I played with it long enough, I sent him a friend request, right? He accepted, I sent his wife a friend request, right? She accepted, right? So every time he hit like on my white page, I hit like on his white page, get my lick back. So now I'm getting my lick. Don't nobody know I'm suffering in silence. Right. I'm suffering. Wow. Silent. Don't nobody know I'm doing this for me, right? Yeah. And they had asked me to come to West Texas to speak. Yeah. And I was telling my wife, I said, I don't know, baby, they asked me if I'm going to West Texas. Right. So she come back a day or two later, said, baby, they asked me to go to West Texas, come down there and speak. I said, I guess I will speak. She said, I just thought you weren't going, right? I said, I got to go carry this message, right? Yeah. So now we're on our way to West Texas, because it's just like using, right? And I feel I can stop whenever I wanted to, despite all the evidence to the contrary. Right. I'm not denial, the substitution, the realization, the justification, the distrust of others, the guilt, the embarrassment, the dereliction, the degradation, the isolation, the loss of control, right? So I'm on my way to West Texas, right? And I'm talking about now, I'm suffering in silence. Now, we on West Texas. It ain't good listening to the blues either, right? Body playing, baby, cheating in the next room, right? Because I got to get down to West Texas to feel this low self-esteem that I got, right? So we're on 20 going to West Texas, man. And I'm suffering. Don't nobody know I'm doing this for me. How you said, man, I couldn't get away from that shame. I didn't even tell my sponsor, right? So now I get way to West Texas, right? I'm gonna straighten this dude. I need to talk to this cat by my wife, man. Why you keep getting like on my wife, right? And saying she brutal. Hell, I know she brutal. My wife. My wife. Yeah. And them the stuff, them the things that I do, man. things I do, them head symptoms, right? Because I was embarrassed and I was ashamed to tell somebody. Because it's two types of shame and guilt, one real and one imagined. Right? And that shame, that real guilt, that real shame, right? You know, so now I'm going to West Texas and I get down there to West Texas and I'm going to straighten this dude out, right? And I get down there and I punked out. I couldn't say nothing to him, right? Cause then I finally went to lock and called my sponsor and told him what was happening. Man, he laughed. Right. I said, man, this not funny. I'm suffering. Stop. I'm gonna ran this car off the cliff. I killed both of us. Me and her. Killed both of us. Me and her.
It was all behind low self.
All behind low
I know that low self thing. See, I was bullied in school,
And
so that's why when she walked away from me,
Yeah.
I felt bullied again when she walked away from me.
And you said, and I heard you say, and I say that all the time. Low self-esteem, low self-worth, and inadequacy.
Yeah.
And you said, and people don't realize that'll change my whole outlook on it. It'll change it. And then I find out that when I do the work, it'll come from dishonesty. It come from dishonesty. And you try to talk to people about that when they feel self-worth is low. It come from dishonesty. I ain't lying to nobody else. I'm lying to myself. Well, I'm supposed to.
It's called something inside. My ego and my mantra, right?
If I lie to myself,
and then I get down there in prayer, you know, because you know in the 11th step it talks about we pray for a particular kind of power, right? And I get out because you know every knee must bow and every tongue must confess, right? And I remember getting down and praying. My sponsor said, you need to go pray this out, baby, right? Because no prayer, no power. Little prayer, little power. Much prayer, much power. Right. It ain't so much of the prayer because I needed some power, right? Because I was powerless. I was feeling insecure. I didn't want her to know. Because she asked me, baby, you jealous of him? I said, no, I ain't jealous. I'm David B. Right? So my ego wait, I can't let you know I'm suffering in silence. Right. And I'm coming down and I called my sponsor. He said, baby, let's pray this out, baby. Because we got to go back to the drawing board. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Because the lack of control, right? So really, control is the hidden tip. All I really want control because I have a need to be needed. That's all I need you to do is need me. All I need her to say is she needs me. See, go back from that child who I'm telling you, I used to get bullied. They used to call me pee-pee boy. They laughed at me. They bullied me. Now I'm fast forward and coming to this fellowship, right? And I ain't never had no father. I would know my dad if he walked in here, right? So I'm coming here with all these undealt with issues, right? Because the book said we people that normally don't mix, and we was just thrust together. We put all us together. I don't know nothing about you. We normally would mix. I ain't never seen a day in my life. We normally would mix. One thing we have in common is addiction. And we know the other thing we have in common is a loving God. Because this thing just ain't happened like this. This thing could have turned out a lot of different ways. Thank God for grace and mercy.
I keep saying it didn't have to be this way.
God reached down the bottom of the bar and pulled us out. It ain't by chance that we're sitting right here today, baby. It ain't supposed to be this way, right? Like the text there, survive against all odds. There's a lot of people that make it.
I say he breath life in me every time I try to kill myself.
Man, God be tripping.
He resuscitated me every time I try to kill myself. Breath life in me.
Say, good God be tripping. And I remember being in prison and my mother died. And I didn't get to go to my mama's funeral. And I remember they wouldn't give me no furlough for that. Everybody crying. And would make a long story short. And I remember getting out the penitentiary. And I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm angry with my sister now because mama ain't had no headstone. I'm angry. I'm thinking they got the insurance. You know, my disease said they got the mama insurance money and gave you a dime. Right? All that old stuff in my head, right? But I remember my sponsor say, you need to go get your mama a headstone. And I remember going to get my mama a headstone. And my sponsor was telling me, now I need to write my mother a letter. And I remember writing my mother a letter. Because that woman that stuck with me. I remember, man, she stuck with me through hell or high water. And I remember writing her a letter, and I remember saying, Mama, I'm sorry. I was really sorry that I couldn't be the son that you wanted me to be. I remember she was so ashamed of me once on Sunday, I needed $40. And she said, come around the corner. She knew she was ashamed. She didn't want to give it to me in front of the people at the church. And I remember saying, Mama, I'm sorry for the way I behaved. And I remember writing that letter and mailed it off. Richard, I sent that, my sponsor said, send that letter off. And I mailed it off. When that letter come back, mailed it back to my address. Cause I had some shame about my sisters and brothers now, man. They was angry with me. They didn't mess with me. They said, I remember my other sisters say, Mama died messing with you. Might be true, it might not. I don't know. I know I heard. I know I heard it when I came back. In this fellowship, I couldn't go to a funeral, and I was mad. I was angry. I used again and again to match these feelings. I used because I couldn't stop using. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how to tell them my family had left me alone. My kids didn't have nothing to do with me. My baby mama, they was right, told me that I wasn't nothing. And I remember coming to the fellowship. And I remember, and y'all said, get a guard, Dave. And I need to let you know right now, when the drugs go, and the addict work the steps, wonderful things happen. Lost dreams awakening, new possibilities arise. So now my mother-in-law stay with us now.
Oh, look at that. You get,
my grandkids.
You better make your living amends.
My sponsor told me, whatever you need to do for your mom,
you better make
do for her. Whatever you didn't get to do for your kids, do for them grandkids. They spoiled to death.
They spoiled to death. Waking up in the middle of the night by Kool-Aid.
We're going to cruise every year.
Yeah, man. I see y'all.
Amazing.
I can see y'all went on cruise.
They spoiled to
That's
death.
amazing.
Man, it's only by grace and mercy, man. Man, this thing, and I can remember, man, walking around with my prosthesis on and get shot. Should have went to the hospital. I could have went to the hospital. And my shame was how I lost my arm. With the, the 3 people that get killed, you probably read about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I lost my arm, I had to make a decision to get in the ambulance or walk across the bridge to the project. I got some dope. And I let these dope fiends put a sheet around my arm. And I remember going to JPS, and them folks said, we have to amputate your arm. Now, the part about it, Richard, I'm really just now saying this now openly because it was a lot of shame and guilt in my life. It took about 5 or 6 years to shut it up. The shame part was that I didn't know what amputate meant. Where we come from, we use like one syllable word, like stop, go. Stop, one. We not amputate. That's a 3-syllable word. I really did.
I know you're right. I know you're right.
I really didn't know what that meant. When the people told me that, I told the lady, And I remember Mom and them and Mother Deal come up to that hospital and they said, Peanut, they got Peanut, you signed the paper for the people to cut your arm off. And I said, Mom, no, I didn't. And I looked to my right and my arm was amputated. And Mom and them, they said, we need to stop. Y'all, let's pray. I said, Mom, I don't want to pray now. I don't want to pray. And I snatched them IVs off of me and walked across the Island Bridge.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I was at JPS on the 10th floor.
Right. You know what I'm talking about. That.
Yeah, you know I'm from Fort Worth. I know what you're talking about.
I walked across that Island Bridge with my short coming shoe.
I know, Alan.
I know when the doctor tells you, you come on.
Right.
Mm.
Man, look at that, man. You just, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We're going to be back with Dr. Renee and Kiara, the Chaos Coordinator.
Woo-hoo. Wow.
You got to throw it?
What's that? South Side, Berry Street, Berry Riverside.
I'm from the South Side.
Yeah, Berry Riverside. I moved there when I was 16 years old. I started my addiction at 21. I'm 46 now.
Berry Riverside.
Berry Riverside. We stayed in Spring Chase Apartments.
Okay,
First got high in Spring Chase Apartments.
okay, well, you know what? Evans and Davis. I'm raised right there. Evans and Davis road there, right?
Oh, okay.
On app now. Where you from? We raised all up in there.
Yeah. We from, you know where Evans and Chicken used to be down off of Berry?
I'm New York. Yeah, I live right up the street. That's where I'm from. Down that way.
That Evans and Chicken, that neighborhood over there, Burson Street, Echo Lake area.
Back on the lake.
I'm an Echo Lake.
Back on the lake.
I grew up in that neighborhood. And then in 21, I moved down to when I got my first apartment. I was grown. I moved down to Spring Chase apartment. Spring Chase was hell back then. I'm talking about everybody was going to go back in the day in Spring Chase. It was no way my low self-esteem and trauma base. I know where I could have got out of that.
What's your people's name?
My brother, see, it's just, I got a small family. So it's my brother, my sister, and my mom. And my brother named James Randall. He went by J-Rock on the street. And my sister named Melanie. And my mama name was Bonnie. She was a whole hot piece too. Today's her birthday, so you really got me in my feelings. We went to the cemetery today, see the hill in Arlington. That's where we bury all our people there. And went to go visit mama today. I know we done ran into each other. My brother he used to go by J Rock back in the day. Yeah, he used to say it, and he turned around and started using, so he became one of us.
I know all them people up there, but I got to know.
My brother used to hang out with Sid, Bobcat, you know, Langston, Bobcat, Big Papa, a whole bunch of them. Over in that neighborhood where Dirt, you know, a guy named Dirt,
In the neighborhood.
Black Dirt.
In the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood,
Down
Dirt.
in the neighborhood, yeah.
Dirt used to have a detail shop.
Jimmy Woo now. Jimmy Woo, my cousin married to one of them animals. Down in that way, okay? Down that way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was the shame you talked about. Woo! I used to see my family roll by on there, and I see them. I'd be up on Berry Ripside by the Oasis Hotel. I used to see them drive by. This one work?
Yeah. It's just that one that was on the edge is kind of crooked. I don't want none of y'all sitting crooked. As long as
Oh,
it's
that's
straight.
this.
It is. Then put that one back and grab the one you're sitting.
Yeah, right next to the script. You know anything?
Oh, man, he out the chain.
Off the chain.
Yeah, he out the chain.
Well,
I've been back to base several times trying to get on hang back today. Nudge from the judge.
That L block at the bottom. 2 or 3 streets down go. Me, him, and Ricky Lee. And 0, we glad folks be.
Where is it? It ain't front of her.
Yeah, they like, who put y'all together?
Mhm.
I'm calling out Ricky Lee.
Yeah, his sharing got some memories in the world. Me. He's like sharing about his mama. I thought I was going to break down. Girl. Named Alburn, but they in. Fix the puzzle.
I know.
Now,
Just say you mess up.
thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. I know you all. Tell Dr. Renee I said hello. Thank you so much. We're gonna get ready to get back started. Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying it?
Hey, Rich.
Thank you.
I need to scoot it back.
Oh yeah, come this way.
Great song.
So we're gonna go down with 2.
You want to do 2 and 3? That's
2 and 3. Yeah.
So 2 on y'all 2?
Yeah.
3 on me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I know, right?
Crap out. Oh, 2 and 4.
Oh, I'm so.
Cause it's funny. Right. Let's say like sometimes, let's say Crystal talk, and let's say Kiara talk, and let's say you might say something. Kiara still talking, but it'll come focus on you. It'll stay on you. For some reason, it'll do that. It'll stay at these 2 positions. Or like if you say something, Kiara says something. Okay. You'll be talking, but it'll stay. You have to come back and move it. That's why I don't put them.
Don't get him no man, baby.
You gonna hear it. Me too.
Now I wish I would. Now when we went to Disney World, I wish I would have had one. I wish I would have had one then. On the cruise too. When I went on cruise, I wouldn't mind having one.
My husband definitely carried his one.
OG man.
Bahamas.
Key West.
Yeah, and all that. Take over around that band thing out.
Half Moon Cave.
Yeah. Yeah. They put y'all right into this. I said, I put you right into it. So you come with shit in? What's going down?
Get out the bus. Jamaica when you go. Be stuck in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Radio Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m.
Hey y'all, welcome back, welcome in. Here's our host, Big Rich.
Hey y'all, we had a great show. So we get ready to do the after show. We got Kiara, the Chaos Coordinator, and we got International Apostle Dr. Brandy Renee Clyburn. That's Dr. Renee on the show, and on her show, Brad. I would say Brad. Yeah. So y'all, we got some announcements coming up. It's not going to be on this show. Probably next week's show. We're going to drop some major announcements. Ladies, y'all was sitting out there. What y'all think? I know it's been a while since we've done a recovery show. We're going to do one probably once a month, maybe twice a month. So, and I know y'all used to hearing me and Crystal. So we think David, and for us, David is an experienced member. He's been around a while. What y'all think with that?
I love it. Let me tell you, I didn't know whether to laugh or to cry. I know, right? Your story is unique. It's unique. But the way you put humor to
He's a comedian, yes.
is amazing because you've been through a lot. And just to see you overcome that, like, that's amazing. That is amazing. And I just want to encourage you and tell you, keep telling your story. Keep telling your story, because even though it got emotional, there was humor to it where it didn't sound so beat up. And nobody can tell you how to grieve what you've been through. But for somebody, you actually give them hope
Mhm.
listening
Gave
to
me
you.
hope.
So keep being an inspiration with your story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I second that. It was to the point where I was like, man, like I was able to feel where you were coming from. And of course I got emotional, but then I'm also sitting here thinking like, man, how many people could use this testimony right here to help forward them in life? Like I know a few people close to me in my circle who would benefit from your story. Just hearing when you come from it, just to see you sitting in this chair after everything that you done went through, like that is definitely God's grace on you. Like I really thank you and appreciate you coming and sharing your story and being open with us.
Right. So we're gonna get out of here, y'all. Dave, we in with hope shots and shout outs. We gonna Chris gonna refer that way. You see how we do it.
My hope shot for y'all out there tonight is going to be never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming and dream big. Dream big as you can dream, because one day that dream is going to come to reality. But if you're not dreaming, you got nothing to make come to reality. So dream big, because your dreams will come to reality. I'm living proof of it. Never stop dreaming.
You shut up.
Well, I'm shouting out to all the vendors that Richard, I'm shouting Richard out, first of all, because Richard been working his butt off. Richard has gotten so many vendors. I can't keep up with you. I'm flooding my page with everything I see you post, because Richard is busy out there in them streets, boy. He getting this July 11th thing together, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud of me because my second coloring book launched today out on Amazon Prime. Out on Amazon, you can go shop right now by looking up Crystal Block coloring books.
Well, congratulations, Crystal.
Thank you.
I'm going to say your story matters. Even if you feel like you have nothing to say, it matters. And just to hear Mr. David talking tonight like that it's amazing. So just keep pushing. Don't be quiet. Speak up. Say and share whatever it is that you're going through, because your story does matter. My shout out, of course, is to Big Rich as well. I see him out here in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
You putting in some work, and I'm just like, oh gosh, I already know what's about to come with this, but I'm locked in. So congratulations.
Come on, Dave. Hope shout out.
My whole shout out is someone keep praying. Never stop praying. You know, we know that God is good and God is able. And my shout out to you, Richard. I see you in the fellowship, Richard, and my close friend of mine, go to church, Amy. And man, her real close, and I see her do this, and I'm seeing you, and I see how much work y'all doing. Man, I'm proud of you, baby.
Yeah.
I used to hear you talk about it, but I never, really said. And I'm proud of you, man.
Right.
Keep going.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. So recovery is discovery. You can only recover what you discover. So every day is an opportunity to recover. I say that with encouragement that after hearing testimonies tonight, I applaud you all because you all have come a mighty long way. You look good, surviving. So keep living, because God has got greater for you.
Awesome.
Shout out.
I just said all y'all.
Oh, y'all. Oh, y'all.
I have missed you so much. This is what we do, man. Come on, man. I said all y'all.
Oh, y'all.
Say,
It's his turn. I like to relate this. He was like, I didn't know
Real country. Oh, y'all.
my hope shot, and Dave said, I say it all the time, and I think I got that from the first time I ever heard you share it. Don't suffer in silence. I think from the first time I ever heard you, that's where I get that from. Don't suffer in silence. Help is available. And reach out for help. Please reach out for help. And man, my shout out, of course, to all y'all. And people don't see the behind the scenes, the moving parts. Just like Shonda, she was gonna be here tonight, but she had some stuff to putting up her sign, and she just came back from speaking and stuff. she's a channel partner and all that, and big supporter. You know, I mean, since day one, I met her. You know what I'm saying? So and shout out to all y'all, man, because there's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of moving parts, and I tell people this all the time. Yeah, this the easy part, sitting up here, but the moving parts before we get up here is a lot, and that takes dedication, commitment, a whole lot of things. We got to fight traffic from where we're coming from, time of day, all this stuff. So
Gas prices sky high.
yeah, and I just be grateful. Say y'all, we finna get up out of here. We're finna go into the after show. Y'all know how we do it on the after show, and we will see y'all next week. We got a special panel coming up. Ladies on assignment. Y'all, they got a special panel. Dr. Renee, Kiara, Crystal, and we're gonna be announcing that next week. They got an assignment, so they're gonna be doing some special things in front of the camera. All right, so we'll be announcing that next week. Peace.
Can we know? Look, I'm already sweating.
Can we know? My toes got all cold and stuff.
Ladies on the assignment.
I like the title.
Yeah.
Too. Did you just pull that out, Joe?
No, I've been had it.
When you gonna tell us?
Oh, y'all didn't get the email?
Next week.
I sent an email.
You didn't send no email.
You just sent it while you got when you got here.
Maybe just see. I sent it out. I thought I sent the email out. I thought I sent the email out.
Alice, which one you on, Alice? Which one? Can I slap him? Yeah, I'm not gonna slap him. Don't block us. Don't ban us, TikTok. Don't ban.
I be on assignment every day.
Mm-hmm.
Stay out of jail.
Stay out of jail.
Assignment. They be trying to take the off through there.
Girl, I gotta go to class today. My term started today.
Man, it.
I ain't even looked at it.
Jesus.
We went to the cemetery around 11.
Put it on Brandon.
Put your bubble dress on. Put your hot.
I'm talking about church hot.
And church hot. Well. Oh, they go Richard.
Look, when you leave that chair.
I don't know what is church hot. I don't know.
You know, you done been in one of them churches where it just be real hot.
He know he been
You can't even move because it just be hot. You ain't been in the country.
Well, grandmama church, but you know,
You must ain't never wore a choir robe
You
before.
can sit there and
No.
took
You must ain't never wore a choir robe before.
it.
You ain't never wore a choir robe before? Oh.
And by the time I do more time,
You better have a thin dress on. You wearing that choir robe. But slip on them on that choir robe, baby. That choir robe is hot.
Some of that feel hot.
Woo, I'm coming out ankle sweat. Damn.
Yeah.
You ready?
Mhm.
Okay. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome back. Here's our host, Big Rich.
Hey, y'all know what time it is. It's the after show. It is the after show where we get out, we get, a little loose, you know what I'm saying? And we got Crystal Love, Kiara the Chaos Coordinator, my main man, David B. Got Dr. Renee with her brooch on. All right.
Shots fired.
Trying to stay out of there.
Yeah. And of
Trying to
course,
stay out of jail.
I'm your man, Big Rich. Say, I heard this somewhere.
Uh-oh.
When I change the language, I change the understanding. When I change the understanding, I change the behavior. When I change behavior, I change the person. Right? Heard somebody share that. Right. So when for me, right, when I said, man, I have to change some things. But I didn't think I had to change nothing. Oh, I get this from on page 19, and I listen, tells me our only hope is to follow the example of the people who came before. Who examples of a father?
Those that face out the limb, but
Find a way. Who example of a father? Anybody?
Well, I personally don't think I'm trying to follow anybody's example because I want to be my own person. So for me, I don't want to be like my mama was. I don't want to be like my daddy was. I don't want to be like my sister. I don't want to be like my brothers. I want to be who God created me to be, and that's Brandy. So the only person that I'm chasing is me every day. If I was a perfect person, I would not need to change anything. But because I know I'm imperfect, I need to make mistakes because I need to know what's workable for me and what's not. It's not to satisfy anybody else's glorification of me, but it's to satisfy my own. Am I pleased with what I see when I look in the mirror? Am I pleased with what I see when I say success? If I'm not pleased, then that means I'm in a growing stage and I'm working to become better at what I am or who I am. So that's just...
Well, with 7 years clean, I came in not the woman sitting on this platform right here today, right? And so what I had to do is I had to really get with the women and get and mimic, fake it till I make it. I took a little piece I took nuggets from every woman that I could use and create of my own. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm what you call growing up in the fellowship, I'm nothing like I was when I walked in. I'm absolute nothing from the way I probably still talk the same way, just on this platform. And I don't talk the same way. Let me take that. But on this platform, I can't cuss. I can't cuss in church. So, I have grown in that area too. But like everything that I'm doing today, I heard another member do it. So I went back to school because I heard another member do it. I got a job because I heard another member do it. I got my first place because I heard another member do it. I got my first car because another member did it, right? I got a husband because they said we can meet in here and get married, right? Everything I'm doing, I'm employable because another member said they was employable and they got a job. Everything that I've done just about these 7 years have been because of somebody else. And I'm grateful for the role models that, there's no model for the recovery now. But I do have some role models in the fellowship that I look up to and I get to learn from. I'm writing a coloring book because I know I published 2 coloring books because I know authors in the fellowship. You know what I'm saying? I always say I don't have to leave the fellowship for nothing. I really don't. Everything I need, I used to say that a lot. Everything I need is right up in there. From dentists to mechanics to lawyers. I had a lawyer in there. Everything I need, I can find right in the room of recovery. And I'm so grateful for that.
Well, I think I've always wanted to be different. I think not even wanted to be different. I've always just been different. I looked at those who did come before me. I even looked at those who came behind me, and I kind of pulled from what I liked about this or the stories that I heard, or not saying, okay, let me take all the good things or the strengths from this person and I can incorporate that in my life. But I've always been my own person. Just as Dr. Renee said, I'm not trying to be this person to glorify others. I'm trying to be this person to, please myself within. It doesn't matter about what others feel, because if they're not pouring into me, if they're not helping me grow, if they're not helping me move forward in life, then I could care less anyway, because I'm only going to have those people around me that's going to help me be a better version of myself anyway. So it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say, but I do take from others as far as their strengths or what I feel like they bring to the table, so to say. I'm like, oh, that's a good characteristic, or maybe that is something that I should adopt, and be able to help set the foundation as to who I feel like I'm trying to become as a woman, because I am in a new season. I'm not trying to be like anybody per se. I'm trying to be the best Key that Key can be, because I am trying to unlock some things, and I'm still unlocking things, and I know who I am in this season. I won't be the same woman I was in the next season.
Right. That's what I was trying to say.
Come on, Dave.
Love the way you put it.
Well, for me, I'm just so grateful. I remember, I'm kind of like Krista. I remember walking into the fellowship. There was some cats in there. There was some guys in there that really I looked up to. And you know, they had something was about. It was something different about them. They had like a gleam in their eyes, little glide in their stride, some little pep in their step, right? And the text said, if you want what we had off, right? And I can remember, because I never had no father, and they was older than me. My first sponsor was Roy Lee, if you live judge, the youngest judge, right? And he was on this side of the law, and I was out law, right? And he was sponsoring me. And I remember they put me in the car, taking me to Waco, Houston, and Austin. And I remember being there, I was just amazed by these cats, right? It was something about them, dude, right? And they were telling me, you know, my self-esteem was low, and I would always people please, spend money I don't have, about things I don't need to impress people I really don't like, right?
That's right, David.
And I remember coming here, and then he was talking about some change, and some things I need to change in my life. Because, my mind got open, my spirit is free. I made peace with myself and friends with the truth. Things that I must change is 3 things: was my feelings, my thoughts, and my behavior. Because every thought is not the truth, and every feeling is not a fact. If you think a feeling is a fact, get on that building and jump off and don't feel like falling. My feelings, my thoughts, and my behavior. Because if I keep on feeling like I always felt, I'm going to keep on thinking like I always thought. If I keep on thinking like I always thought, I'm going to keep on doing what I always done. If I keep on doing what I always done, I'm going to keep on getting what I always got. A whole bunch of pain. Because page 15 is the text that we face 3 disturbances of addiction. And one that were powers of our addiction that our life has become unmanageable. That means I can't use successfully. And 2, I'm not responsible for my disease, but I am responsible for my recovery. I don't know if I was born an addict or not, Rich. I know the first time I used an addict was born. And 3, I must stop blaming people, places, and things for my situation. Because through my inability to accept personal responsibility, I actually create my own problem. And to identify and accept that I'm the problem, there's no solution. And the message is hoping the problem is freedom. If David, if you want something you never had, I'm about to do something I never did. Them cats took me, and they let me ride with them. They fed me. When I bought me cigarettes, they kept me, man, I can't.
They love them.
Man, they love
They
them.
love
Man,
themselves.
I love them
Learn to
dudes
love
like that.
yourself.
Someone died, but I love them dudes like that. They listen. They know I love them. Man, they were closer to me than the Bible. God said a brother that's still closer than a brother. Them cats helped me.
That's so beautiful.
And I'm with you. I was saying I come in the men's meeting we have on Saturday, and those men, I said, man, I love these guys. You know what I'm saying? These men took her, same guys. We know the same guys. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, and they would, before the meeting, during the meeting, after the meeting, Rich, where you going? Man, I forgot. No, you come with us. Man, I ain't coming with you, old dude. But the best thing I ever did was get in the car with the old dude. And I say it because what I had to change my language. Right? I couldn't keep saying the same thing I used to say. My understanding would have never changed. Right? And when I was talking about before out of our literature, when I was talking about an example, and a member, I never forget, he invited me over his house. It was to help him put a water heater in. But I was so happy to get invited. I was so happy to get invited to do anything. Man, this dude got 30-something years, and he a great guy. And I go over his house, and I share this all the time. And it wasn't that he had a nice house and all that. It was just the fact, like that look. Yeah, that look and that peace him and his wife had, and all that. And I said, man, this is my life. And he had some stuff and all this, and it wasn't about the stuff, but he was just talking to me, blah, blah, blah. And he was asking my opinion. He was asking what I thought, and I thought that was so great. Man, this dude with all this time asked my opinion. I went right home. Baby, I want a shop vac. My man got a shop vac. I didn't even need no shop vac. Right. But he had one, so it must be something. Right. If he had one, and man, you don't need no shop vac. I called for him. Man, I want a shop vac. She won't let me get one. Well, Rich, what you want a shop vac for? I don't know what's on. Say, and the boy in there. Yeah, that's that little boy. And I've been saying this. I sent out a clip that was on Facebook. I sent it to a few people. and it's about the change, and it's about growth, and especially growth in this business. You know, and the last thing the guy said on the clip, he said, if I'm not pushing you to be a better person, so you can have a better life for yourself, your family, your kids. And then he said, what are we friends for? And we say something in the fellowship, we're like, well, we're supposed to be the light. When we come around, we the light, right? So that's my job. So, and I've been saying, and I'm gonna say this, and I could be wrong. I don't let some people go. Hell, say, man, I'm not finna participate. I don't have to watch you ruin your life. I've let some people, and it hurt. It hurt.
Head in the bed.
Yeah. It hurt. I'm talking about that hurt. Say, man, gotta let you go. It hurt. Two people, I know some years.
I don't care that.
You know, and one of them was at it, one of them what, you know what I'm saying? So, but this serious business, because when I say the example I follow in this business is some guys who are now well off in their business, financially, everything, and all that stuff. So I'm following their example.
Mm-hmm.
I'm following their example. And they tell me, Rich, you're an eagle. Why are you on the ground with these turkeys? You see, and it's not necessarily they doing something intentional, but see a turkey or poop on an eagle wing, and the eagle can't fly no more. So yeah, we have to watch it. We have to watch it. You know, we have to watch it. And when we have to keep whatever our baby is, whatever we have to keep those kind of people away from. You know, everybody don't get to talk to the wife. You know, everybody don't get to talk to the grandkids. Everybody don't get to talk to Dr. Renee. Everybody don't get to talk to Crystal. Everybody ain't gonna get to talk in this deal. In this deal, right? So and that's where and I heard it said somebody said, you know, the worst place to be is where you were last year. That's the worst place to be. Oh. Next year, May 4th. If I'm still right here doing it, boy, I'm stuck. I ain't done nothing. And for me, I take a step further. If I'm still doing this next week, then standing still is going backwards to me. And we'll talk about, y'all know my favorite topic. Relationships. Y'all want to talk about relationships. Relationship, myself, others, society, and God, from my understanding, whatever that is. Where do I need to improve?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Where do I need to improve? Do I need to improve?
Who's the most experienced people?
David B.
Man, I ain't y'all ain't stuck on y'all. Y'all ain't stuck.
I'm real bad in that area. I'm sick in that area right now.
What we're gonna talk about? Let's talk about relationship with the God. Each as we understand. Let's talk about prayer. Am I praying? Am I meditating? Am I studying? Is that life okay? Is it cool now, or does it need to be better?
It can always be better. Always. For me, it's continually evolving. Like my faith gets to grow through experiences. You know what I'm saying? I remember this one guy, I don't know his name, but he used to always say, see, you got to get you some experiences, Kristen. You know what I'm saying? He used to always tell me I got to give me some experiences. He said, you stay around long enough, you'll get you some experiences. Then you'll see how much faith you really have, you know? And so in time and over time, you know, my faith has really evolved because I still worry. I do. I still worry and I still wonder and I still think, you know, like, if maybe this gonna happen if I don't do this, maybe that's gonna happen if I don't. I try not to, but you know, but at the end of the day, I give it to God. I need to get a sign over my bed that say, give it to God and go to sleep. Because I give it to God. You know what I'm saying? I cannot get tangled up because I'm not trying to be God. I don't even own a God suit. I hear people say they have to take their God suit off. I've never had that problem. I don't even own a God suit. But what I will do is get in his way. And when I get in his way, I struggle. I struggle spiritually. I struggle emotionally. You know, my relationship struggle, you know, when I get in his way. And I asked my husband the other night, I said, I was having a conversation with somebody and I was telling him how I talk to God and I talk to God just like I'm talking to you. I get in my car and I say, God, I know I asked you about this before. But here I come again, right? And I asked my husband, I said, how many people you think actually have like full-blown conversations with God? You know, because like I have full-blown conversations with him. And I don't feel crazy because I know that they're strengthening my relationship with him, right? So in time and over time, my relationship with the God of my understanding just continues to evolve. He keep revealing himself to me.
I never said a word.
Okay. So I'm looking for a complimentary man in my life. So I feel like in order for me to get there, it had to start with God first.
What's the complimentary man?
A complimentary man is a man that's gonna mesh with me. He's not gonna clash. He's gonna fill in the gaps. He's gonna, you know, it's gonna be like the jail and all of that.
Equally, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So
Isn't it a husband?
this is my husband. So therefore, I'm learning to treat God as my husband, you know, in that sense. I'm dating him. I'm getting to know him. I am. And he understands me. See, I think he's a little more patient than most men. So we're going to have to work on that in that sense. So I do talk to him. I have these full-blown relationship conversations with him. He's the man of my understanding.
And I don't feel crazy.
And I don't feel crazy, but since I've been strengthening my relationship with God, being more open, being more vulnerable, like being truthful with him, really going to him and letting him know that, hey, I'm aware and I'm trying to hold myself accountable for all my wrongs, all my goods, all the things that I could do better, you know, regarding. It's teaching me how to be more humble. It's teaching me how to be more patient. It's teaching me how to be more just aware of certain things that I once wasn't aware of. There were certain things that I would just brush off. There were certain things that I would crash out about. I'm using this relationship that I'm building with God as that man that I have to feel safe. I have to feel like he's somebody that I can go to. He's going to protect me. He's going to cover me. So I feel like it starts there for me. So I'm going to get my practice whenever this man comes into my life. I'm not going to be perfect, but I can say I'm getting the practice now. So I'm trying to have that mindset of, okay, I'm dating God at this point. He's going to be that man of that center for me. And hopefully he preparing me because God bless this man's soul that's coming into my life. That's all I got to say.
I guess my relationship with God, it changed from the time I made it here. You know, I believed in God, but I didn't trust God. And some things that, you know, God allowed some situations to take place in my life so I can really, you know, because still today, when everything is going good, I pray, but it'd be one of quick prayer. Thank God. But when things are going a little rough, she ain't acting a little right? Man, I get down, I say, Father God. See, one thing I do know about God, one thing, God knows me, right? And I believe this, that once I start trusting in God for real, because, you know, in the fellowship, in the symbol, and it talks about that God put himself last. God loved us so much, he put himself last. It talks about self, society, service, and God. God took 3 steps back and hid himself. He didn't break his anonymity. He said, I'm gonna let that Dothraki David give with himself. Because I know about Peter, Paul, John, and Luke. I know all them guys walked on water. I've been in the penitentiary, go to Bible study every day, get back out and shoot some dope. It didn't match. It didn't match. I knew of God. But I had some stuff happened in my life. So now I have this relationship with God, but I understand today, this thing will work if you believe in God. It'll work if you don't believe in God, but it won't work if you think you God. So I got into this relationship with God, and I heard sisters talking about, and I remember getting in a relationship with God. You can tell what you pray for now, right?
We pray for our problems.
Yeah, Lord, I said, God, give me this woman. My wonder, this is for my wife, because she might be looking this up. Let me straighten this. Let me straighten it out. Let me straighten this up. So they'll be fine. Listen. But I remember asking God for stuff, and God will give me what I want. And then I pray for God to take it away.
Take it away.
Take this away. Man, I'm just so grateful that I have this relationship with God.
Mhm.
And I see how all of us talking, and God's so big and wide. He allowed us to have our own relationship with God.
Mhm.
I be talking, I call him Big Back. God, you be tripping now,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, me too,
Sometimes
me
I
too.
be around and say, God, you be tripping.
Mhm.
God, you be tripping. But there ain't no way.
I asked him why.
Big homie.
Grace
Don't
and
ask God why.
Grace and mercy.
I asked him for clarity.
Y'all.
Leave me alone. That's that West Dallas thing. But I think for me, I have a steady relationship with God. It's not fast and it's not slow. It's just steady. I don't want a man like God. I want a man of God because I am a woman of God. I'm not looking for the specifics in the man. I'm looking for the specifics of the man. Is your heart aligned with God? Is your walk aligned with God? Is your prayer life aligned with God? So for all y'all men in ministry, y'all,
No.
for all y'all men in ministry that keep inquiring about Dr. Renee, I don't want to be no first lady. I don't want to be your lady. I don't want to be the second lady. I don't want to be the lady. I don't want to be anybody's lady that ain't got before God and cleansed yourself fully, because I don't have the strength nor the capacity to deal with the foolishness when people say, I love God, but behind closed, you act like the devil. I am over the scenarios of claiming people who don't claim me. I'm over representing people who don't represent me.
Come on, Pastor.
I walk, I talk, I live according to God. That's my relationship. I ain't looking for no situationships to compromise my relationship. So if you ain't right, totally right, baby, go on, because it's somebody else for you, but it ain't me.
Boy, couldn't walk in them shoes.
I
ain't no apostle.
wanna say, and you said it, God be tripping. And I said, God be tripping. He sent me this woman
Oh Lord.
Oh, Jesus.
that I asked for. I did. When I got clean, I was getting clean. I was staying sober. Everything, life is going great. I'm living, working the program, and I'm doing that. God, I think I'm ready. Send it to me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Rich, I got something for your smart ass. That's what God said. Oh, you think you know something? And He sent me Alice, right? And I was like, hold up, God, that ain't. You tripping.
No, she watching. No, she watching.
I was. You tripping. I mean, she got out of her little car and what? Say, God, look now. And I say this all the time. We say in the fellowship. Well, I'm looking at the wrapping paper. That's what I was doing. I'm looking at the wrapping paper. I finna miss the gift inside because I didn't like the wrapping paper. So, and I'm like, you said, sometimes, I don't talk to God to this, I've been up 3-4 hours, and then it hit me, and God, and God, in His infinite way, and I always come with them dogs like that. Okay. It's something about when I have to get up and make sure they got water and food. If it get too hot outside, if it's raining, I gotta go because they can't take care of this shit, right? And it's like, God doing the same thing with you, with your retarded behind.
No, like
so
you
earlier you talk about them strange mannerisms, them behaviors, living on an animalistic level. Well, I wasn't even doing that because at least animals keep themselves clean.
Yeah.
I wasn't even keeping myself clean.
Mm.
So, but now I want to complain. You
Mm.
know, man, no, I ain't brought no saltine crackers up there. What are rich crackers?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I got up with it.
Over there. I got up
I
there.
got up with it, Dave.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And God, stay humble. That's humble humiliate.
Mm-hmm.
Stay humble and thank God for sponsorship. Because sponsor remind me that in a minute. And I say this, we finna get right here, say something to snap me back. Rich, it's a simple program.
Mm.
And it's all right, why am I complicating this? And I see, man, I just complicated. It's a simple
Program.
program.
For complicated people.
You know, and she'll add me, man, I stopped to get you some ribs and chicken. They ain't got no links.
It's a lot of meat.
Can never,
Never enough.
can never be satisfied.
Never say, and that's the disease.
Can't get enough.
Money,
Thank
food,
you.
money,
Money,
sex.
yeah. Say, I'm for real.
I know she be talking.
Say, and I had to sit there and I had to like,
Real thing.
yeah,
A lot of meat.
And he won't link on time.
yeah.
They ain't never satisfied.
Ain't never said.
You know,
Yeah.
that's insatiable.
Give him the link, you're gonna want some ribs. So, man,
Yeah. Say, y'all, we finna get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all gonna be seeing more of David B. Y'all gonna see some
It's a
more
must.
Ricky D. Y'all gonna see some more of Alonzo. Y'all gonna see we got some other guys and ladies in the fellowship that are gonna be here. All right. Say, we finna get up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Now, who be the violated, Richard?
This is
I don't
Big
know.
Rich.
He said that
Life
word.
Talk Radio.
Then I get the end.
Yours truly, Big
For
Rich.
hate speech. Oh my God.
Radio
He said that
Network.
We're talking about Jesus.
Hate speech and hate
I told you to talk to
Y'all
him.
heard that old saying?
Oh, I said retarded. No, it ain't retarded. It retarded, man, bro.
It is a bad word.
That's hate speech.
It's a bad word on here. They don't use that word in society no more. Hey.
All right, we're finna go.
Hey, 13. Oh, good.
Y'all take it. So what does that, that shut it down?
13,000.
So what does that mean? They want
I don't know. Couldn't see. I never got violated before.
All right.
Restrictions. Oh, it got 3 restrictions. The live is suspended. I can't go live no more. I told y'all crash out.
Appeal it. All you gotta do is appeal it.
I am.
Oh, come on, Greg. Sorry. Nah, I don't think
she
it's
done took
retarded.
off running. Yeah, it gotta be. But what else did you
It
say?
might-
Because
well-
it didn't pop up until after that. And I was noticing, but I thought, oh, they just need to do their little puzzle piece thing.
Well, I'm gonna check one because I know, like David said, shooting though, there might be.
You said who?
We said, and that because I know because
Shouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that did.
No,
They
it
said
popped
that
up right
popped that
after
when you said retarded.
oh,
It did.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just where y'all need to go in.
There he go blaming.
No, because on the first time when I was saying crack, it was yeah, you know that's why you
I
said
didn't
drugs.
know, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
it shows you.
Specific.
It shows me the clip that was said
Oh, we gonna. What's going on, y'all? This the panel. What Crystal at? Crystal investigating TikTok. What's going on, y'all? We got Crystal Love, Kiara, got man David B, Dr. Renee with the brooch.
With the brooch.
Y'all,
Y'all.
and we don't say what that was.
What's wrong with that?
It's not okay. So, yeah. So,
I mean, what they
well,
got
you
to
got
do?
frowned up. Well, they say okay.
What I got with that?
Okay, that's good too.
You know what? I ain't gonna be battling with you over no
Say,
territory.
hey,
I'm from Dallas.
say,
Okay.
make it simple. Say what you want to on your show.
When we record my show, I will say what I want to say on my show. But since we ain't recording right now, I'm gonna say what I want to say on your show.
It said sexual orientation, race, religion. Wait, Richard.
Well, we were talking about God. So.
Y'all can't talk about God on TikTok?
Everybody talking about God on TikTok.
Well, you know, it just depends. You gonna put that on there? You know,
Oh, no, okay.
I'm good. Let's go.
no, I'm about to
Training not complete. Charge.
Hate speech and
They be
hateful behaviors.
Hate speech and hateful behaviors. Religion, it says religion too, but people talk about God all the time
we
online.
talk about God all the time.
Nobody can talk about God.
Content attacks people based on protected attributes like race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation.
This is the training to get my this is the training to get this is the training to get me back in my life. Training not complete. I keep failing the train. Damn, what can you do? Man, related resources. I mean, I don't go live a lot. Show your few appeal. We're gonna appeal. Select your reading. This notice is unclear. I'm still not sure why I got restricted.
Help us understand your appeal. On this slide, we talked about various topics, so I'm not sure what it is that you guys are stating that was a violation, so I would like more clarity regarding that.
Thank you.
Is you and Dave? Here, move over a little bit to get out there.
They're good.
Crop it.
Hello, I'm Lisa Burkhart Worley, along with Dr. Lynette Sim and Rosemary LeGrand, and we're the co-hosts of the weekly topical show
I
Talk
probably
Talk,
spend like
where
3
you
days.
never know what subjects might pop up. You might be surprised. You'll want to tune in. We've covered topics like overcoming negative self-talk, the change challenge, and
Oh, finna go. Yeah.
You just all on everything.
Well, because you just stepped down there with all them pillars all in front of them. Yeah.
For the past 9 years, I have worked with over 300 couples in the areas of sexual health, communication, and conflict resolution. If you're interested in rebuilding connection and intimacy with your partner, please contact me today. I can be reached at 682-201-8175, or you can email me at diane@letstalkrelationships.org, or visit my website at www.letstalkrelationships.org. And remember, you can't heal if you refuse to deal.
Based on their
Tired of overpriced tires and lighting issues and just moving forward? It's time to hit the brakes. Because from nose to tires, Arlington's here to get you back on the road. Faster and for less. Located at 830 North Arlington Road in Arlington. Freeway
Life, new way of life. TV and talk radio is where to go. Best thing going is our TV show. Big Rich, Crystal Love, yeah, right, and Dr. Renee. We had the information, we give it away. Every week we bring the truth in the TV and radio booth. New way of life. TV, new way of life. TV, feel the power by the lip. TV network.